hey, where are you going? SimFly News is coming soon, and there are going to be new rules and a new system to intercept cheating and to limit the airplane to fly to the distance that they need to fly to. But there are many other things. Don't miss the news. There is the preview of the user marketplace. Part number 2 comes soon for the news. Hello everybody and welcome to SimFly News. This is Roberto Capodieci, SimFly spokesperson, and I bring you the news of SimFly every single week since your grandparents start using SimFly. And today we are going to look something interesting. As you can see, we have more previews about the user marketplace. Last week we showed you how to sell Pax token, how to purchase Pax token, and today we show you how we sell a set. For example, license. Okay, actually this week license, next week the other kind of a set. Okay, so as you go and create a new sale, that's the same like with the Pax, and here with the UI we're gonna put all the details of the license number, everything else. We put here the price that we want to sell it for. Okay, if you want to sell it also in only US dollar, only Pax, or a mix of the two things, right? So you publish the sale, and now your license is on sale. Okay, so you can see that now the license is between your set for sale. Obviously, pay attention that, you see all the details, the name, the amount, the date, etc., etc. You can also change the amount you're selling it for, obviously, until it's been purchased. You can delete it to see how many people have viewed your license for sale. What is important to know is that once you put the license for sale, you cannot use it anymore to fly, okay? So once an asset, and this is going to be the same also for airplane and so other with their own particular limitations. But if you put a license on sale, you cannot use it to fly. If you want to use it for fly, then you need to remove it from the marketplace. This is to avoid the people put all the assets on sales and keep using them, so in this way, people need to really want to sell an asset. It creates more movement, and people is going to be more straightforward in making a sale, and this is going to be very good, I will say, for the user marketplace and all the SimFly users, so we don't overload the marketplace. Here you can see that the amount of money we had. Okay, see that there is no license in this account. So at this point we go to user marketplace, we find the license for sale. Okay, and we choose to purchase the license. Okay, see, you can see the date that has been published for sale. You click on buy now, and here we're gonna suggest if there is, something similar as a lower price, if you want, just to avoid the people get scammed by being distracted or not going to page number 5 or whatever of the listing. We can check out, so we can use both Pax and USD to make the purchase. That's the usual checkout. And now, when we go to our active asset, we see that we have the license. If you look in the details, you're gonna notice this thing, when you purchase a license, you purchase also all the experience point that the license had. And also, if the timers were not zeroed, as soon as you buy the license, the timers go to 0. So now, you as actual owner have a zero of everything because you just purchased it, you have not flown around with this license. But if you go to check all the owners, you can see that historically this license has an history. So this is why a license in the user marketplace should be more expensive than a new license from SimFly marketplace, right? You can see here that all the experience point, the level that have reached, and etc., come with a license. So when you purchase a license, you purchase all the experience point, etc., which means that you can go ending up in the top ranking just because you purchase several assets with a lot of experience point there, right? So it becomes a part of the user experience point totals and influence also how the user rank in SimFly. So once you purchase a license, you are purchasing the experience point that come with the license, and when you sell a license, you're selling the experience point that are attached to the license. Okay, so when we go to check the seller, you can see that is sold when you go in the license that is being sold, and once you go to see that that license is no more in the asset of the user. But if you go to the Fiat wallet, you can see that you have a higher amount of dollars, and you have here the sales that is made. You see, fees now is zero because this is the development server. But we're actually going to put a good fee because that's how SimFly survive. And you'll be surprised to see that the premium membership lowers also the fees that there are in purchasing and selling assets in SimFly. So you have seen how a license can be sold, can be purchased, and next week we're going to show you how to do this with airplanes as well. Is interesting, and we are working to finish everything. As you saw, there are part of UI that are not yet completed, but I hope you appreciate this preview. And now we move forward with another news. This news is about rules that can be enforced automatically by the SimFly servers. And this rule, you know that we already made the rule with the maximum range of an airplane. So an airplane cannot fly more, than is being built for. And now we have the rules of the speed. So now, and we have already activated these things, you should see active when you see this video. You will see that if you take an airplane and this airplane fly faster than the speed that is recognized by the production factory, then the mission get cancelled, you get punished. Let me tell you everything about it, okay? So every airplane has its own speed limit, that is a physical limit, and now SimFly is gonna check for each airplane in real time. So it's not like the average speed of all your flight. Is actually in a single moment the airplane is going faster than it can, and it cancels the mission completely. So pretty much if you fly, because we saw people take Concorde and then put a livery on Concorde that is the name of Airbus, and then start crossing the ocean in 4 hours, and that is not going to be possible anymore. So because we are really cracking down on cheating, more we're close on the user marketplace, more there are packs that are worth money for real, more we need to crack down on cheating also. Until we were implementing things, we tolerated a lot of this misbehavior of users, but now we're going to be much more serious in catching and giving consequence to cheaters. So for now, you have maximum range, maximum speed. We want to keep things real, as if you were flying for real a certain airplane, okay? If you want to cross the ocean in 4 hours, buy yourself a Concorde and fly the Concorde. but don't fly from cord pretending there is something else, okay? Or use other tricks that there are, okay? Now, this is to make everything fair for everybody. And the next news is going to be even more serious about this topic. Here we are, and is already live. We have updated terms and conditions in order to apply a ban to people that are cheating the system, okay? So we have to say thank you to a lot of users that have relayed to us how other users are cheating in SimFly. And specifically, there have been a few interesting things. We have worked hard to also post recognize flies that are done in an illicit manner. Let me tell you everything. So I suggest if you see people cheating, let us know, and we're going to implement the system to stop the cheating, right? So we stop being tolerant to all this doing from anybody, and we act by banning people, and we are and the bans are going to do in consideration of many aspects manually at the moment, but we have a system that brings to us the attention of users that are cheating, and this is all automated with analysis on the flights, okay? So we have a way to know in 100% after we analyze flights if there has been some irregularity, and so we're going to proceed because we have actual proof. So if you are doing something silly and you see that your flight has been cancelled or your account has been banned for a certain period of time, then you know. And now I'm letting you know exactly the rules that we are adding to our terms and conditions, which you will need to agree upon when you log in next time in SimFly. So at the point 4.2, it talks about prohibited conduct. Pay attention that this was already in the terms and conditions, but we modified to add also what happened to users that cheat. You agree not to reverse engineer, decompile, disassemble any service, use cheat, bot, exploit, automation, or any unauthorized third-party software. Use third-party software, emulator scripts, macros, replay automation, other tools that simulate, emulate, or reproduce flight without the presence or active control of a pilot. For example, to generate flight hours after flight data or circumvent tracking systems. So artificial intelligence flight, recorded flights, all these things are not going to be authorized once we discover that somebody is doing this thing. We are going to take action. So you cannot interfere with, disrupt, or abuse other users on SimFly infrastructure, attempt to gain unauthorized access to any account or data. So these are generic things that cannot do. What happens if you do one of these things? So you use software that replay recorded flight or other things. Doesn't matter, engine on or off or whatever. There are penalties. 4.3 talks about penalties for violations. Violation of any of the foregoing, including the use of a third-party software to emulate or replicate flights without a pilot, constitutes a material breach of these terms. SimFly reserves the rights in its sole discretion to impose disciplinary measure, which may include temporary suspension of the account for a period of 10, 30, 90, 365 days, or permanent ban depending on the severity of the violation. If your account is banned, you can still log in, you can still use the marketplace, sell your item. The only things you cannot do is to enter any mission. Not the test pilot, nothing. No mission. So possibly you should avoid to get into this situation. If it is, you end up needing to create another account, selling all the assets to your other account and so on and so forth. So pay attention, because it's not gonna be worth it cheating in SimFly anymore. So we can also do revocation of access to mission and or platform features, depends, for the entire duration of the sanction, potential forfeiture or cancellation of rewards or earning obtained through irregular activity, which means also after a flight done using cheats, we're gonna take back all the packs and things that you have earned doing those cheat flights, okay? The rank and type of sanction will be determined by SimFly based on the severity and occurrence of the misconduct. Anyway, if you want to see the detail of this text, you can see things behind my shoulder. If not, you can just open the page with the term and condition, and there is gonna be everything. And as every week, we have a new airplane this week. This week airplane is the TBM 850. As always, it's 50% off just for a limited time. So the Dair Soccata TBM 850 is a high-performance, single-engine, turboprop aircraft designed for speed, range, and versatility. Combining jet-like performance with the turboprop efficiency, it offers a cruise speed of around 320 knots, a range of approximately 1,500 nautical miles, and the ability to operate from shorter runways compared to many jets. Renowned for its reliability and advanced avionics, the TBM 850 is the perfect choice for business travel, long-distance flights, or pilots seeking top-tier performance with efficiency. And because many of you ask us, we do some particular discount. This is very, very cool. Category 1, 2, 3 of airports and category 1, 2, 3 of airplane. Using the discount code CAT123, so category 123, CAT123, you can get all discounted, but you can only check out in US dollars. So we saw a lot of packs burning the past weeks. Is incredible. So many sales, but nothing in US dollars, which is good because we want to burn a lot of the extra packs that enter in circulation lately. But now, if you want to really have airplane category 1, 2, and 3, you want really to have airplane 1, 2, and 3, well, you can use the discount code CAT123, and until full Monday and Tuesday 23rd of September, and only checking out in USD, you can use this coupon many times, so you can make multiple purchases and you can keep using the same coupon. It's gonna still valid. You can use it on many products, so you cannot buy only one airplane, you can buy 5 if you want. All gonna be discounted. I think how much you ask, I think 40 or 50%, something like this. Well, you can go discover by trying to check out with the product and you see how much the discount is going to be. Now we move to the Ask Me Anything section. First question asked by Jag1949, September 11, 2025, and is asking, is it possible to change my pilot name with another name? Sorry, at the moment it is not possible. Maybe in the future. Question number 2. Question number 2 is being asked by Alpha Lima 17. And Alpha Lima 17 says, hello, when it will be possible to export the logbook in CSV format? It's starting to become almost essential, at least for premium user. Thanks. You know what, Alpha Lima? This is a funny story. MetroCat suggested to make a CSV export, and we actually did it immediately when MetroCat asked us. We did all the backend, the API, and all the things, and we forgot to put the button in the UI. So, very easy to activate it. We're gonna do it immediately. Thank you for reminding us. This Alpha Lima 17. Question number 3. Question number 3 asked by Piloto Pablo. And it says, did you consider to make collabs with premium planes? For example, if I bought a SimFly A320, it gives me the code, discount code for a Phoenix A320. Piloto Pablo, yes, we dream to move and do this kind of collaboration. We're still too small. As soon as we grow bigger enough, bigger like me, then we are going to do a lot of these exchanges of partnership with people in the industry. Hopefully, after the user marketplace, the user base of SimFly is gonna grow, and then we're gonna do this kind of things. If we go now there, we don't have the numbers to be very appealing and interesting, I guess. Okay. Then there were other two Ask Me Anything questions. There were actually requests for support. So we suggest people not to put in the Ask Me Anything support request, but post them in support. The Ask Me Anything being answered in the website. Just saying this, post this in the support. So don't post support question and Ask Me Anything, but suggestion, ideas, questions that are on what is going to be, etc., etc. Those are always welcome. Okay, thank you for watching the video. Sorry, my English today was not the best. I even spoke Italian at a certain point. But follow us in social media. And be sure to be subscribed to our newsletter, because if you are not, you're gonna miss a lot of important things. And remember, on top of everything, something very important. SimFly. Take off and get more.